Welcome to the Womenpreneur Asia podcast, and I'm your host, Krista Goon. In today's episode, you will hear from an Indonesian entrepreneur who is smart, generous, and wonderfully resourceful. Zhafira Loebis started out as a practicing lawyer in one of the largest law firms in Indonesia. However, all that changed when she became pregnant. She was making a list of baby items and equipment she wanted to buy for her firstborn with her husband when they realized how expensive everything was. This problem prompted them to look into starting their business called Babyloania. Babyloania has been quite the success story in Indonesia and has been featured on CNN and CNBC Indonesia. In this episode, you will hear how she started and then pivoted. She also talks about her mission and how she actively refers back to her mission every day in the business. Zhafira also talks about how she makes time for family and business while sharing parenting responsibilities with her husband. What I loved most was Zhafira's honesty as she shares with us some of her best insights and advice about business and marketing. Hi, welcome to the Womenpreneur Asia podcast, Zhafira. How's the weather today in Jakarta?
Hi, Krista. Thank you for having me. The weather is pretty hot right now. It rained a lot last night, and It's been pretty sunny today, so it's good.
Okay, so let's jump into this. Tell me about Babyloania and how this business came to be.
Okay, so Babyloania is basically a marketplace where we rent out baby equipment for mothers and babies here in Indonesia. We started about 6 years ago. It's been quite a long time now. But basically when my husband and I, when we were pregnant with our first child, around 7 years ago, we started making, this list of baby equipment that we had to buy. And then we were shocked to find out how expensive they are and how they're only used for a short period of time. So we thought it would be so inefficient if all newbie parents like us, had to buy all these baby equipment and then have them pile up at their homes after they're no longer in use. So we thought, why don't we create a solution for this? And that's how the idea of Babyloania came up. My husband told us, let's create a business where we can provide a solution for other parents and help other parents through our rental service. And we then started out by renting out 8 of our own baby items. Because we wanted to test the market, so we started small. We put it up on our website and social media, and surprisingly, on our first day of launching, we started receiving customers. So we thought that our service is actually needed by our customers. So let's grow our business from here. And we were working. I was a lawyer. My husband worked as an investment manager at an office here in Jakarta. But after about 3 months in operations, we decided to resign from our respective offices to grow Babylonia together and work full-time here.
Okay, can I ask you this question before we get into the next question? It's like, sure. Did both of you have any idea how the business would turn out when you first started?
No, because at that time, 6 years ago, sharing economy was not big yet. Zero waste living was not in trend. Minimalism was unheard of. So renting out baby equipment sounded very unsexy. So somebody told us it's such an unsexy business because you have to handle a lot of, baby equipment and then rent it out to families, basically. It's not tech. It's not a tech company. So it's not, it's not modern enough. And at the time, the idea of renting out baby equipment was still very new, even unheard of, because one of my close friends told me when I pitched him the idea, he told me, who would have the heart to rent out equipment already used by another baby for their own baby? So that's how my friend viewed our business. But then 4 years later, he became our returning customers. And he's still our customer now. So, but at that time, there were not a lot of baby rental equipment businesses in Jakarta. There were already some, but a lot of them were moms and pop shops. They rent out their equipment manually. So there was no booking system. They did it through Instagram, on WhatsApp. They receive orders by chat. So it was still very manual. We could not book items. So for example, if we want to rent a stroller 3 months from now, we will have to contact them again 3 months from now and see whether it's available. But what's different with Babyloania, we saw that problem. So we started by creating our own booking calendar system. So our customers can book in advance. And I think that's what people really need, especially expecting mothers. When they're already 7-8 months into their pregnancy, they start preparing equipment for their newborn. So they start renting out baby equipment from Babyloania.
Okay. The other thing is you're a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
And your husband is in investment. Mm-hmm. So how did the tech part come about for you? And was it difficult? Was it challenging?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so at first we decided to divide and conquer. I had no experience in marketing, sales, social media whatsoever, but I took on that role, and also customer relations, because I'm a mother and our customers are mostly women who have babies. And my husband was responsible with the operations as well as technology. We didn't know how to code, so we had to learn bit by bit. We use a platform for e-commerce platform, but then we added some plugins for the calendar system. So it's like a patchwork, we add a little bit of this, a little bit of that, because we didn't have the ability to build our own website. But that was enough for then. We launched with whatever we had. It was, I think, an $80 subscription service for the website per month. We launched, and we made do from there. And after about 2 years, we then decided we started having our own IT team to develop our own website.
Okay. You said you started with 8 items.
Yes.
Can you remember what those 8 items were?
Oh, I remember distinctly because we actually started with 7 items and 1 picture of a toy. So we started with a crib that my daughter no longer used, a traveling stroller. At that time, there was this new type of stroller called the cabin stroller, where it can fold up so small, and you can carry it in an airplane with you. So before that, you would have to check your stroller at the gate before you enter the plane, and then you will have to wait at the baggage claim to get your stroller. But if you carry your stroller inside a plane, the moment you land, your child can use the stroller. So we started with that. A cabin stroller, a crib. It's another thing called a bedside crib. So basically, it's an expensive thing. It's a small crib, but it can be attached to the parents' bed, so you can co-sleep, but safely. So technically, you're sleeping together, but not. But the baby is on the side of your bed. So that's 2. A carrier. Some toys, a high chair, and a picture of a large toy. It's called a jumperoo, where you can put the baby in a chair, and then they can jump around in that chair. Yeah. So we decided to put up that picture. We didn't have the item. We just wanted to see if anybody would be interested. And funnily enough, the first item that was rented out was that toy. So when we received the order, when we received the order, we were scouring for that toy. We started contacting all these baby toy retailers, and we started purchasing 2 of that kind of toy.
Okay, wow, that's an interesting start.
That is an interesting start. We decided to start small and start with what we have, because we didn't know what the reaction would be from our customers. So we decided, you know what, let's just start, and then we grow little by little from there. So with 8 items, we decided to chat. We chat intensively with our customers and ask them, after this, what else do you need? And then we started buying inventory from insights from them.
Okay. So you started out renting out your own equipment, right? So to speak. And then after that, you moved on to being a marketplace.
Yes, that's right.
So tell me a little bit of how that transition happened.
Okay, so since my husband and I both resigned from our work, from our offices, we started this business together. That means that we had to use our own capital. And of course, we had a constraint and the number of capital that we could, spend for Babyloania. And we knew right from the start, if we kept on being a conventional rental business, that is to buy equipment and then rent them out, we would have to, expand to have a lot of expenses and costs upfront to purchase those items. And then we'll have to wait 10 to 12 months for our investment to recover. And it will take quite a long period of time. So at the same time, we started being really close to our customers. I take them out for coffee. I take our customer and their children to have play dates with me and my kid at that time, one customer per month. And then we started getting insight from them. They said, if only Babyloania was here about 2 years ago, I would not have bought all these items that are now piling up at my home, doing nothing. So I told my husband, there's another problem that our customers are facing. That is, they have unused baby equipment at home. So we thought, hey, let's create another solution. And this could be a win-win solution for the both of us. That is, we started offering them, why don't you let Babyloania pick up your unused baby equipment, and then we'll handle them, we'll clean them, we'll market them on our website, and then we'll rent them out. And when somebody rents them, we will share revenue with you. So the idea, we started with one, and then five of our loyal customers. And then they're really happy with getting additional income from unused items. Yeah, exactly. So basically, we help them turn unused baby equipment into additional revenue for their family. And also, we create more space at their homes because we pick up, whatever is piling up at the corner. And now the baby can play on the floor. So in 2016, about 1.5 to 2 years after we started, we switched our business model into a marketplace. But it's not a C2C marketplace. It's we pick up the items, we operate and we manage the items, and then we rent them out to our end customers.
Okay. So to date, how big is the marketplace for? I mean, what is there a number of parents or a number of what you call it renters?
Yeah. So we started with 8 items, and thank God for the marketplace system. We're able to, now we have handled more than 3,000 baby equipments and toys. And we have served more than 24,000 customers in Jakarta and 3 of its neighboring cities.
Wow, that is such an amazing way to think of solving a problem.
Yes, that is unthinkable. Looking back 6 years ago, we didn't think that we could serve this many families. And I know that there are a lot more that we need to reach, and we haven't. So there's a homework for us.
Okay, so I think that is very interesting because what you started out with and what you ended up with, well, for now at least, it's a little bit different from what you envisioned when you first started. So I think that also means that you listened a lot to your customers.
Oh yes, our customers are everything. At first I handled the customer chat myself, so I really got to know each of them. And then the funniest thing is that when we decided to start growing our team, our first hire was our customer. So I was overwhelmed with the amount of chats coming in every day, which prevents me from thinking, making strategic decisions because I kept on having to reply all the orders and the chats. My husband said, why don't we start growing our team of 2? So hire another staff that can handle the chats and become our customer relations staff. So we just decided, let's just post it on our Instagram, the vacancy and see if there's anyone interested. Luckily, since I've gotten to know quite a lot of our customers, a lot of them applied. I think more than 20 people applied for that job because it's a part-time work and it's a remote working position because, we could not afford to pay, minimum wage at that time. So we decided to, compensate the lack of amount in the salary with, flexibility and being able to work from home while taking care of your kids. So because we started this business with a mission to help other parents, we see recruiting stay-at-home moms as one of the, one of our, it includes in our mission. We want to help them. We want to help them. We want to give them a channel to be creative and have income while still be able to take care of their kids at home. So from all those applicants, I just chose the one that grew close to me, and she became our first customer relations staff, and she's still with us now. She's now handling the marketplace. Yeah, she's now handling the marketplace. She's managing the inventory, and then about a month after that, she became overwhelmed also with her work. So we decided to employ 2 more. And I told her, from all these applicants, just choose 2 of our customers who have gotten close to you. So that's how we started, growing our team. We grew based on, we hired our customers. We thought that by hiring our customers, they have been served by us. They know the quality of our service, and we hope that we can deliver the same, if not better, service to our other customers.
I think that is such an interesting and unusual way to hire your staff, especially your first staff, because usually people take it very seriously, right? Like, wow, it has to have a hiring process.
Yes.
But you just went organically, went to the people who are buying your products or renting your products and getting them.
Yeah, and they're perfect brand ambassadors for us because they have experienced the benefit of renting. So we hope that they tell other people, hey, just rent from Babyloania. I have rented this item and that item, and why don't you rent? You can contact me. I know their customer relations officer. So on the other hand, we did not have that many choice, Krista. We didn't have the money to pay, market range salary. So we just had to be creative. We thought that there's this pool of stay-at-home moms that must be wanting to work while being able to have flexibility for their time and their family time. And we compensate them, not a lot, but a lot of them actually are very interested in applying.
Oh, okay. Do you still use this process for hiring?
Yes. Yes. So we have now our customer service team is now we now consist of 4 full-time staff. They have now started working at our warehouse, our HQ. But we still have other positions that are filled with stay-at-home moms. For example, operations manager. She manages the routes for the delivery routes. She handles the drivers, the third-party delivery guys. She does it from home. Our first ever staff, the customer service staff, she now handles our inventory, purchasing, returning to the, sourcing the inventory and returning to the owners if the items are no longer in use. So she manages from their homes. We have weekly meetings, so we can do it at a cafe, at our office, or we can just, Skype chat, video chat, no problem.
So basically you started with remote working even before it was popular.
Yes, we had to do remote working because we could not afford to rent an office. Our warehouse.
So I think that actually also shows a lot of inventiveness on your part, a lot of resourcefulness. You kind of made it work despite the fact that you had all this little, things in between that you had to work around them, right?
Yes. I think we have a lot of limitations. We've faced a lot of limitations along the way, and we still do. And we think of them as as a means for us to think creatively on how to create an efficient solution, without having to spend as much money as we thought, and create a smart way to work around that problem. Yeah.
Okay. So I think this would be the perfect time to ask you, what are some of the challenges of being in such a business like yours?
Yeah, I would say we face new challenges every day. My husband and I, we discussed the other day that, I think every year a big problem came up where we had to decide whether we would continue or not our business. And I think the first challenge obviously is capital. Since we started off with the two of us with our own savings, we had to find a way around that problem. So we solved it with the marketplace idea. And the second part is, I think, trust with our customer, because the rental business is a very sensitive business, I think, in terms of cleanliness, product quality, and sanitariness. What do you call it? The cleanliness.
Cleanliness, sanitary.
The sanitizing, right? Yeah, the sanitary. Yeah. And we are very concerned with cleanliness and sanitary. And I think over the years, we have learned the definition of clean.
Okay.
From our customers, because it keeps on growing. Sometimes maybe 6 years ago, when somebody sees a carrier that has been used a couple of times and the color kind of fades away, but as long as it comes to their homes clean and smells fresh, they're fine with it. But now our customers won't accept it because they expect premium service, premium items. So that's one of the challenges. We need to talk with our operations team, the people who work in a warehouse. We need to have the same concept of what is acceptable and what is rentable, and I told them, if you see something that is clean, but do you think that the customer would complain if they get it? For example, the color fades away or it's missing a little part. Don't be hesitant to tell the customer service team, and we'll just mark that item as inactive and we'll return it to the owner. So it's maintaining the level of service is, I think, the hardest challenge for us.
Okay. So when the item comes back, or before the item goes out, do you have to clean it, or what happens? What's the process like?
Okay, so it goes like this. Somebody rents a toy, for example, and then it comes back. We will pick it up from the customer at the customer's house, and then it will arrive in our warehouse. Then there's going to be a team, a quality control team, who will check with the completion of the spare parts. For example, is everything okay? And then if it's okay, then it will go to the cleaning staff. So the toy will be cleaned, and afterwards it will be wrapped tight, and then it will be put for storage. And when somebody else, the next customer, rents that same item, the quality control team will open the wrapping, check all the parts, make sure that everything is ready and everything is clean, everything is complete, and then clean it again, and then wrap it, and then we'll send it to the customer. So it's a long process in our warehouse, and one of my toughest challenge is to make sure that everybody is on the same page on what is clean and what is considered, worthy of to be rented, and what is not, what needs to be returned, what is broken, what is okay, because safety is one of the most important things for us.
Okay. Wow. That's a very thorough thing that you have to do, even just to rent out a piece of equipment.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember, I think you told me once that the unglamorous part of the job was like in the early days, you used to wash or used to clean the equipment yourself.
Mm-hmm. So in the early days, the warehouse was my house.
Yeah. Okay.
We were able to rent a warehouse, but I think the first 1 to 1.5 years, our house was full of our own inventory. And before we were able to hire our operation staff, my husband and I would be cleaning all these items, washing the carriers, and then we would get panicked if it's raining outside, because then the carrier would not dry, and we would have to contact our customers one by one. Sorry, but I think tomorrow our delivery will be late. The carrier is still not dry yet. Okay. There's a lot of manual work that we had to do, and we had to. The first day of delivery, I delivered the items myself to our customers. Homes, and my husband had to deliver many of our items to the customers' homes. But we saw that as a learning process. We saw that as a very important part of our business, because we needed to learn and do it ourselves before we teach other people, how to do it, how to do those stuff. So even on the first year during Idul Fitri, we forgot to say to our customers that we were on a holiday. We happily received orders. Until we realized that, oh my God, that's actually on Idul Fitri day. So after the Eid prayers, we went to the mosque. We had breakfast with our family, and then my husband and I and our baby went around Jakarta delivering items to our customers. So yeah, that was fun actually.
that was the start, right?
That was the start.
Everything, yeah. Okay, and then beyond that,
do it again.
Yeah, I also love how your mission has never wavered from helping parents, and I think that was something that really struck me as very important, because a lot of entrepreneurs start businesses for different reasons, but I think one of the things that really resonated with me was your mission, right? Your mission about helping parents, and then all your decisions as a company founder are about aligning what you do daily with this core mission. And you also have a schedule too, where you're strict about your work hours, so they can spend time with your kids. So can you talk a little bit about this and how that came about? Was that first, or was that it came out gradually as you grew up?
So Babyloania started when we became first-time parents. And at that time, we resigned from our offices, and we realized that we agreed that our priority is family. For me and my husband. So along the way, we decided we read something called work-life integration. So basically an article saying that it's basically impossible for you to find work-life balance, because there's nothing to balance, and it's impossible to find equal balance for everything. But there's such thing as work-life integration, where it could make you more efficient, which is to integrate your life and your work schedules, where you do where you spend your time more efficiently. And on the other hand, we read this book. I forgot the name of the book, but it basically says that happy people are efficient people, and efficient people actually have a scheduled routine. So they don't spend time doing anything that is not, that is not in their priority and that is not in their routine. So my husband and I quickly form a routine. Our schedule every day revolves around our kids' schedule. So they have school from 7:30 to 2 p.m. So every day, each of us, we alternate. We send them to school and we pick them up to school. But for example, if today is my day to send the kids to school, I will drop them off. I will go to the office, and then I will have a 5-hour working day, and then I will pick them up. I will bring them home. And my husband, on the other hand, he can work from the morning until we come home. So until afternoon. And when we get home, we tag team, we switch. My husband will take care of the kids, prepare their dinner, play with them until their bedtime. And during those afternoon hours, I will work. So and then to the next day, and then after the kids' bedtime is around 7:38. We keep a strict schedule for that because we have to have me time after the end of the day. So we put them to sleep at around 7:30 to 8, and after that we can have some quality time, some me time, or we can continue working. And the next day we switch. He would send the kids to school and pick them up, and I would, exercise in the morning, and I would have meetings around Jakarta because our warehouse is at another city. So I would not commute that day, and I will schedule my meetings, right around my house.
Wow, that is such a good system to balance out the work and the family, right?
Yes. And during this pandemic, we have everything has to be done from home. We have to work from home. The kids have school from home. So every day from 9 to 1 p.m., my husband works and I will do the homeschooling. And then at 1 p.m., like right now, we switch. My working hours is from 1 to 5 p.m. And my husband will be with my kids. He will continue the homeschooling until their dinner time. So that way we could each get our own working hours without any distractions. And and then the other will be with the kids. And whoever is working will be happy knowing that the other is taken care of. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I like that. I like how you've decided to put it in a schedule that that works for your family, works for your scheduling. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about COVID-19, right? Since we're doing this interview right in the midst of this pandemic, how has it affected your business?
Of course, it has greatly affected our business because especially in the early months of the year, usually people have winter travels, right? They travel outside the country, and our travel items are our best sellers. But because of COVID-19, of course, no one is traveling, so our best sellers are just sitting there in our warehouse. The demand has just decreased greatly. But on the other hand, the demand for toys, indoor equipment, cribs, newborn stuff has increased. So we just had to adapt with making sure that we also can stay relevant. Now that our customers need everyday stuff at their homes, we need to be able to serve them and give them what they want. Yeah. So the increase of everyday items have kind of actually balanced the decrease of the demand for the travel items. So we're learning, we're continuing to adapt. Always.
The other thing I also know that you've started some initiatives during this pandemic time.
Yes.
Yeah. Let us know about that because I thought that was really interesting too.
Yeah, I think around March, the government started to have a 2-week stay-at-home policy, and Babyloania at that time we thought that let's help flatten the curve. So we decided to stop receiving orders for that whole of 2 weeks. But then that means that our revenue decreased by 50% of the month for that month, right? And the next month, with our cash greatly decreasing, I kept on thinking, during this difficult time, everyone is suffering, and what can Babyloania do as a platform, as a vehicle to help, other parents, other than just renting out baby equipment. So I saw that there are a lot of initiatives giving protective gears for medical workers. And, Babyloania could spend money to buy those protective gears, but it's not really using our own resources, so to speak. Right? We would have to use our cash to buy something else and then send it to medical workers. But then I thought, these medical workers, a lot of them are young parents, and they have to work at the hospitals, handling all these COVID-19 patients and leaving their kids behind. And Babyloania has a lot of toys in our warehouse. So I thought, maybe we could help them, ease their minds off a bit by working at the front lines by sending them free toy rentals for their children. And after calculating, the budget, I told my husband, maybe we could afford to give around 10 free toy rentals for these medical workers. So let's just open registration on Instagram. So we posted on Instagram saying that, hey, medical workers, we know we thank you for your service. And we know that some of you have kids that you have to leave at home. So let us help you and send you a toy for free for 1 month. And just send us your selfie to prove that you're a medical worker, and then your details and and the age of your kid. The age of your kid, so we can determine what kind of toy that we needed to send you. So what was surprising is that in one day we received more than 100 applications from medical workers, and we thought, I became very sad that day because we knew that we could not accept all these registrations. We could not fulfill their requests. We only had the budget for 10 free toy rentals. Yeah. But on the other hand, our customers started contacting us and asking us, I love your initiative. I love what Babyloania is doing. What can we do to help so that you can help more medical workers? So we said, you can donate. You can donate some of your cash, and that's what people started doing. We started receiving cash from our customers that we turned into orders for these free toy rental services. So basically, our customers rent toys for the medical workers. And it was very touching. And for Babyloania ourselves, it created an unexpected new revenue stream. Okay. Because, we started receiving cash and we turned it into orders, which means revenue for us, right? Yeah. And in about 2 months, we have now served almost 200 medical worker families. We have sent out almost 200 toys for their kids. And they're very happy, and they have become our customers. Some of them reorders or extend their toy rental, which is great for Babylonia. But what is also touching, we have also received calls from other small businesses saying, hey, Babylonia, we like what you're doing. We want to tap into your initiative because it's hard to start our own. So can we send you our products so that you can send our products to your customers along with the toys? So we started receiving.
What kind of products were this? I mean, was it similar?
Okay. So one small business produces herbal vitamins. So they decided to donate around 200 bottles of vitamins for the medical workers. And then another small business is a children's toy bookstore. A children's bookstore. So they donated around 50 children's books for us to send along with the vitamins and also with the toys. And we have also received a contact from a wooden toy producer. And they gave us around 50 wooden toys so that we can also distribute it to the medical workers. So, and it's still continuing. Yesterday, we received donations from a food producer. It's a snacks for kids. She creates snacks for kids. So she's going to give us around 20 snack packages. So we're going to distribute them soon. And it's been like a snowball effect. First, we wanted to help 10 medical workers. Now we're able to help more than almost 200 families with the help of our customers and also our fellow small business owners.
Wow, that is also something that came up because you had a heart to help. And you just thought you wanted to do something for your medical frontliners. That's so cool. Okay, now I also want to talk a little bit about a community, right? The community around you, because you also created a community of baby equipment rental vendors. You reached out to those who were technically competitors, right? Who were also in the business of renting baby equipment out online, and you brought them into your fold. You even opened up and showed them how you did your marketing, sales, and even some internal processes. Yes. So I just wanted to ask you, how did this idea come about? And isn't this counterproductive to your business?
All right. So I think starting in 2015, 2016, we started receiving messages from our fellow baby equipment rental businesses.
Yeah.
They ask us, hey, Babyloania, what would you do if a customer breaks your toy, for example? Or what would you do in this case? What would you do in that case? How do you clean your products? How do you make sure that you keep track of your inventory? And what do you do? How do you do your marketing, social media? When we get asked those questions, we immediately ask them to, have coffee, and we usually just answer, our experience, because we thought that the first 2-3 years we felt very alone. It's a kind of a new type of business that's not that common, so we had to learn everything by ourselves, and it could become lonely. It could become boring. Sometimes we felt like, we're just doing the same thing over and over again. We're facing the same problems. So when we found some solutions, we thought that it would be great if other rental businesses didn't have to face the same problems that we had, so that they could grow faster alongside with us, and then we could grow the market together. And as you said, Krista, it's aligned with our mission to help other parents, because what we see is that we believe in collaboration instead of competition. And at this point in time, we think that if our fellow rental businesses grow, the market can grow. There are more families that can be served. That means together we can help more parents, right?
Yeah. So that's why I love that spirit in you. I love the fact that you're just so open and so warm and encouraging of other people.
Yeah, because we know that for us it's been a 6-year struggle. Every day we face new challenges. We face limitations, and we are happy to see that our friends can grow and can come up with quicker solutions than us. Maybe they can work smarter. Maybe they can copy what we're doing. We gladly give them our terms and conditions. They can just copy and paste. It took us about a year to make them because I'm a lawyer, and then.
It's just very helpful. Very helpful. You're a lawyer.
Exactly. And we give them. We have monthly sharing sessions. So we invite them to coffee shops, and we just share whatever topic they want us to share, from marketing, finance, legal stuff, And we have also created this program called Babyloania Open Warehouse, where we invite like around 10 to 15 fellow rental businesses at one time to come to our warehouse and our office and see everything. And they can see we open everything. They can see how we clean our stuff, our cleaning products, how we categorize our inventory, how we keep them in our lockers, and how we wrap them, where we buy our wrapping. And we during those sessions, we actually also provide each team member. For example, our marketing team will give a presentation about how they market. Through social media or through our website. And the customer relations team would give a presentation and have a Q&A session about, how to keep up with the customer retention. And the operations team would, just answer questions about quality of the product, maintaining the cleanliness, sanitation, and everything really. And we have held around 3 or 4 sessions of Babylonia Open Warehouse. We also created a group of WhatsApp group, where we discuss everything every day. when we had our open warehouses, Krista, rental businesses from other islands in Indonesia actually flew to Jakarta to see our warehouse and to talk to us. So we're very happy to know that rental businesses have started popping up all around the country, and our community now consists of more than 165 other rental businesses, and they are spread in more than 40 cities in Indonesia. So, for example, if somebody asks Babyloania, I'm from Sumatra, North Sumatra, can I rent from Babylonia? I would gladly say no, but you can, go to my friend in North Sumatra. Here's this rental, okay, I'll just refer them to whoever is in the community who's available.
But when you first started, what were their reaction? What were the people in your community? What were their reaction like?
Okay, so actually, the first person we asked to meet, she sent Babyloania and my personal Instagram direct message asking about the problem solution for a broken car seat. So I immediately replied and said, let's have coffee and let's just meet. And she said, I sent a message to several other rental businesses and only two replied. The other one asked for a consultation fee, and you asked to meet me for free. So I said, I think this is a problem, and we started making a list of other rental businesses because a lot of them have started operating in Indonesia. And we asked them to meet with us or chat with us. Of course, we got rejected at first because some of them probably think like, what is Babylonia doing? Why is my competitor contacting us? What do they want? I think it's kind of difficult for some of these other rental businesses to actually accept the fact that we are very genuine in what we want to do in collaborating and trying to grow together. But after a while, we found like-minded businesses. So we started gathering up at first, I think around 10 of us, and then it started adding from there. And maybe the word of mouth kind of, spread out. Yeah. And they started doing what we do. They started referring their customers to the WhatsApp group. For example, every day somebody would say, "Hey, I have a customer named Krista. She's looking for this kind of toy. I'm all sold out. Does anybody want to take over this customer?" And then another rental company would say, okay, can I follow up on that? So it's really nice. And when I asked them about after a year or two, they all said, we have never experienced a decrease in revenue because of referring our customers to other rental businesses. So usually the customers return to the original rental business because they're very happy that the original rental business helps, go the extra mile to make sure that the customer finds what they're looking for. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like this story because I think this shows that the power of collaboration is so much more than, most people think of regular collaborations, but this is taking it to the next level where we're actually opening up and showing them how you do it. And at the same time, you're trying to grow the entire community of rental providers.
Yes.
Right? So I think.
Yeah, I think when me and my husband, one of our aims is to create impact, because I think for us, running a business is very hard. We face a lot of challenges, and if we focus just on the numbers, I think we would just get easily frustrated. But if we focus on the impact, sometimes when the numbers don't really come up to our expectation, our hearts are still warm because we know that we have impacted other rental businesses, our other people, our customers, and also the suppliers, the people who rent out their items through Babyloania. So not just the numbers, but we focus on the impact.
Yeah. Okay. Since you brought up the concept of talking about this impact and all that, there's another kind of impact that you and your husband are making, right? Because your husband also started can I call it a spin-off company, or can I call it another company? Another company dealing with software as a service. Now, how did that happen?
Okay, so when we started our community, we talked to a lot of other, we call them fellow rental businesses.
Okay.
We found a common thread, a common problem that is a lot of us, we're frustrated and it's very difficult for us to grow because there are too many things that are done manually. For example, one rental business, they record their sales in a notebook, one notebook per month. And then they lost two of their notebooks. So they could not trace their inventory for, 2 months, and they could not write down their revenue for 2 months because the notebook is lost. And another rental company write down their orders on whiteboard. Okay. So it's how manual we work, and it's very difficult to grow if we focus on those manual work every day. And my husband thought that what has helped Babyloania so far is that we try to automate and we try to create systems for the way we work. And if things are automated, then we can think more strategically and we can focus more on expansion, and creating more impact, generating more revenue, instead of just, writing down on the whiteboard and then probably accidentally wiping them out and losing the track of our inventory.
Yeah. So losing your notebooks, right? Losing your notebooks.
Losing notebooks. I would cry if I
lost all your customer data in your notebook.
So my husband found a partner, an IT guy, and we saw this as another problem that we had to find a solution for. So he found a partner, and he started this other company called Super Sewa. Super Sewa is rent, basically. Yeah. And they started a back-end system. And why not a website? Because after talking to a lot of them, what they need is a proper recording system of their orders, of payments, delivery dates, booking system, basically everything, the back end. That's what's urgent for our other fellow rental businesses. So they started creating this web-based app called Super Sewa, and they start charging a very cheap price, a subscription price per month. I think around 170,000 rupiah per month, which is like what, $2?
Okay. That's really affordable.
Yeah, that is really affordable because we knew that as a rental business ourselves, it takes a lot of investment if each of us want to build our own, website system and backend system. Yeah. And not a lot of us have access to that kind of amount of investment. So Super Sewa, my husband and the partner, they create a web-based app for the recording of everything, try to automate as many process as possible behind the scenes. And now I think a lot of our rental business friends find the system very useful. And I think more than 160 other rental businesses have started using that, have migrated from notebooks to that back-end system. So it's one of these things that we always, whatever in every business decisions we make, we always come back to our mission. We want to help other parents. Babyloania, renting out baby items is just one means to that end. But there are other things that we can do so that our mission gets accomplished. And one of the ways is to help other rental businesses grow so that we can reach more families and so that we can help more families together.
Okay. And also you mentioned that even Babyloania has gone to Super Sewa.
Yes, that is one of the biggest problems we faced at the end of 2018. So we spent about 1.5 years building our own website. It was pretty sophisticated, and we had our own internal team for that. But then at the end of 2018, suddenly the website crashed, the backend system crashed, and nobody knew how to turn it back on, basically, so to speak. So at that time, it took us 2 weeks to try to figure things out. And I told my husband, is it a sign that we have to, stop and close our business.
Yeah.
But then after thinking, more thinking, my husband said, maybe it's a sign that you should migrate to Super Sewa, because at the time Super Sewa just started, and it has built a very simple system, back-end system for newbie rentals, for rental who has just started, maybe handling 10 to 50 inventories. We had more than 1,000. So I said, if you want Babyloania to be your user, Super Sewa's user, you have to quickly adapt your system so that we can use it, because we handle much more number of customers, inventories, our transactions much more complicated. Yeah. So, and we had to make do with what we had. So we migrated whatever we could, our data to Super Sewa, and we've become our user, the Super Sewa's user. And at first, to be honest, I was a little bit sad, because I was very sad actually, because by migrating to Super Sewa, it means that our customers would not be able to order directly from our website anymore. So we no longer had a working website, basically. Super Sewa is just a back end. That means that for almost 5 years, we would have to go back, to receiving orders via chat.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I thought, oh man, that would be, it's like going backwards, and it's not sophisticated enough. What would our customers say? Yeah. But we switched at the end of October 2018. And surprisingly, it turned out that our customers loved ordering via chat. So the one thing that we never did, because we thought that it would be too cumbersome, chat commerce it's so like last decade. But then it turned out that our customers loved it. They need a high touch, communication. They love, because we started receiving orders via chat, not via website, we can send them reminders. So we can send them reminders. Hey, your rental is going to end in 3 days. Do you want to extend it, or do you want to order something else, or do you want us to pick up your items? And through chat commerce, actually, we can cross sell, we can upsell, we can give promotions, we can become closer to our customers. So despite me being sad, it turns out that we could actually receive more orders per day through chat in comparison to the old website system. So
did you have to hire more people since now you're chat commerce?
Yes, we had to hire 3 more full-time customer service employees.
From your customer base, of course.
Two from my customer base, and the other we started recruiting properly.
Oh, okay.
Conventional way, because we had to recruit at a very fast time, because the number of chats is one WhatsApp number could receive hundreds of chats every day. So we had to have more people at a short period of time. But then I started, learning, getting to know our customers more, and my customer relations team, I love them with all my heart, because they started, being able to giving our customers alternatives. For example, if in the old days, when somebody goes to our website and wants to rent a certain type of stroller, they would pick that one type of stroller. And if it's not available on that day, they would, just exit. Okay. But because now they go to our chat, they chat with our customer service. They say, hey, can I rent this type of stroller? And our customer service says, oh, I'm sorry, we're all sold out for that period of time, but we have a similar product, a similar stroller that you could use. It has the same features. It's slightly cheaper even. Do you want to rent this one instead? So it's been great. The customer, we can make sure that the customer gets what they want by giving referrals, cross-selling, upselling. It turns out that sometimes what we saw as the step backward could be a step forward, actually, if we try to find a silver lining somewhere in there.
I thought that's really clever. I thought that's something that you always look at things not purely in like, okay, this happened and therefore, we have to move this way, but you're always finding creative ways to work around it. So that's what I think that's so incredible about your business.
Yeah, I think what you mentioned as creative, we saw as we did not have much choice. We didn't have any choice but to keep on going and try to find ways to to survive, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so you use a lot of social media and word of mouth to market your business. Were there any examples? Of course, you're successful, therefore a lot of social media must have worked for you. But also, what are some of the things that didn't? Or what are some things that you felt was poorly done or didn't come up to your expectations? Were there any of such things? I know you use a lot of Instagram, right?
Yes. Well, I think at first when we first started, we used every free channel we could to market our business, and we didn't have any marketing budget up until about 5 years ago, 1 year ago.
Okay.
But basically, we used whatever was free, and it turned out that most of our customers are on Instagram. So we started focusing on Instagram, and I think over the years, I learned that what doesn't work is hard selling. It never works with my customers. So, for example, if I just post a picture of a toy and the caption would say, "Hey, rent this toy in Babyloania," with no additional value or additional information, it won't work. So, if you see our social media, what works is actually anything that is not related to our rental. So our customer, so we try to be friends with our customers through our social media. We started making these content pillars, as they say, of what topics are actually relevant to our customers. Okay, we get to know them. They're around 25 to 35 years old. They might be pregnant or have a toddler or have two young kids. So we create topics based on everyday life. For example, there was a very very trending Korean drama about a few months ago, and then we just created a poster saying that breastfeeding milk booster for moms nowadays is watching that Korean drama, and everyone's like, oh yeah. We try to create content that is relatable, and if we do post products, it has to be in the form of a review or like sort of a comparison, like a feature comparison between similar products. So we have to analyze and have additional information of the product. No hard selling. It doesn't work for our customers.
Okay.
Yeah. So they also love jokes, like mom jokes. For example, we had an illustration of a mother breastfeeding their kid on the bed, but trying to get their phone with their toes, because their phone is like at the other end of the bed. So we just say, a new skill learned by new moms is, using your toes to pick up your phone while breastfeeding, and everyone can relate to, those kind of things. And we discuss things, like we create this forum called Obrolan Babylonia, which means like Babylonia discussions. A lot of our customers actually tell a lot about their private lives to our customer service team. For example, my husband cheated. Wow. What should I do about it? And then we just post it on Instagram. What would you do? What would you say to this person? Or, for example, a relationship between us and our mother-in-law. Financial stuff with our husband, all these everyday stuff, but sometimes taboo stuff. Like, for example, how long after you give birth would you start having sex again, for example? That is a lot of our customers really wait for that kind of content because it's relatable to them, and sometimes it gives solution just by sharing on the comment section, reading the comment section, sharing other moms' lives, and reading other moms sharing about their lives. Makes you not feel alone.
Wow. I like that. I like how you become even more than what you are right now, going into more or less like it's like parenting, right? Parenting advice and mom advice, women's advice and discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've covered a lot of marketing business stuff. Mm-hmm. So now I want to come to something that's a little less marketing, but more on maybe life. Now, if you could turn back the clock and knowing what you know now, what would you tell a younger version of you about life?
I would tell her that, just chill, dude.
Were you not a very chill?
I was not that chill because I remember when I was around 22, I was really, eager to find out what's next for me. What should I do next? What kind of career path should I take? Or should I be a corporate lawyer for the rest of my life? Do I actually like this job? Am I sacrificing enough too much family time for this job that I like? Do I even like it? I have a lot of questions about what I wanted, what I actually wanted, my values, and whether I'm doing what my heart told me to do. So I'm going to tell her, just you will need to unlearn a lot of stuff along the way and relearn and relearn because you don't know everything. And it's okay. The more you know, the more you don't know. And whatever will be, will be.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about someone who has been an important part of your life or made a tremendous impact on your life. Who would that person be?
Yeah, that would be my husband. I would say that would be my husband because after being married to him, we actually formed this partnership because we work 24/7 together, basically. If I can't stand him, it wouldn't work. So we try to be partners in everything we do. We divide and conquer. That's what we do. We don't have overlapping tasks. And that includes in parenting, in taking care of the house, and picking out stuff for the house. So he's in charge of whatever is outside, so whatever is in the courtyard, and I am in charge of whatever interior I wanted inside the house. That also includes taking care of the kids. So for us, it's an equal partnership. We don't, it's fun to be with a guy who is not really into a patriarchy mindset. And who is equally involved in taking care of the kids. And what I think what has impacted me the most about him is that he showed me that you have to unlearn, as I mentioned, a lot of things along the way, and it's okay if you don't know. We just relearn and we just create the way of life that we think suits our family best, not what other people think we should do. And we're not doing the normal way of life because we both resigned from our comfortable, stable jobs. We have kids. We take care of our kids ourselves. We have we have businesses together, and sometimes it's not. It's quite unusual, and it's okay. To not do things the way other people do. What we see now is that we try to create as much as family time possible for as long as we can. We know that we will reap the benefits for years to come, hopefully.
How old are your kids now?
One is 6, turning on 16. She actually is a teenager. And the other one is 2. Terrific too, as other people would say. She is in a tantrum phase. Okay. So she drops down on the floor when she doesn't get what she wants, and she rolls around the floor, cries. Yeah, but with my husband, because we have been very lucky to be able to spend time together. We also go to parenting classes together. We do a lot of parenting researches together. So in in taking care of our kids, we have also learned about the stages of their what do you call it?
Development, right?
Development, yes, development stages. So when my kid turns 2 and she starts throwing tantrum, we thought, oh, that's good. That's a good thing for her. Yeah, that should come out of her, and that way we could be more patient, hopefully, and we can be calmer with our kids. Although sometimes I throw a tantrum too, 1 or 2 here there, but I think it's fun to have someone along the way to learn so many things together and go on this adventure together. Yeah,
that's really cool to have a husband like that who's very engaged. And very involved in your children's development. Okay, the next question is, what's an unusual habit or something absurd that you love?
Okay. I used to be obsessed with the Holocaust stories.
Okay. Obsessed, okay. That's a strong word.
I know, right? Like World War II history, the Nazi history. It's just, I think it started during junior high. My mom gave me the Diary of Anne Frank book.
Yes.
And my obsession started from there because, I just couldn't believe how some people could treat other people the way they did, the way the Nazi Germans did the Jews. It was mind-boggling, and I had to just digest everything. So it kind of consumed me for about 2 or 3 years. I spent a lot of time researching and reading about all that history, and my sisters find that weird.
Are you still obsessed with it?
I know. I think by now I've learned quite almost everything about it, a lot of it. So
you're walking, talking dictionary.
I know quite a lot about the Holocaust, but what I learned most about it is human rights, probably, and how to treat other people. I think it's just a good learning. I took it as a learning material for me, and on how not to treat other people, and and I love reading their survivor stories.
Yeah.
And it's pretty weird. I know it's dark. It is dark, and when I tell other people about my favorite subject to read is Holocaust and survival stories, they usually think I'm weird.
I'm glad I know that, because that's really unusual. I wouldn't call it weird. I'll call it unusual, but it's actually good, I guess, in a way. It gives you an understanding of what other people went through in the past.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your definition of success?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think I would just answer what I think a successful person is. I think a successful person is someone who understands that he or she needs to continuously learn until the day they die, basically, and who's willing to always adapt and evolve, and who's able to stay relevant in whatever situation they're in.
Okay. And of course, what's in the future for Babyloania?
Yeah, it's really hard for me to predict, but what I want is Babylonia. What I see Babylonia as a platform where we can, touch other people's hearts and help other people. So in the future, what we're aiming to do is to keep on doing what we're doing, and then some more, to make sure that we reach more people in whatever way we can.
And help more parents.
Yes.
Help more parents. Okay. So after all that tough stuff, I also want to go into something that's even more fun. I want to ask about your favorite food. Oh, Malaysians, we love our food. So I have to ask Indonesian, what's her favorite food?
I love rendang.
Okay.
Beef rendang. I love Indian food, actually. I love cheese naan and some chicken curries, some butter chickens and tandooris. I love the onions, the pickled onions.
Okay.
But I also love like street food, like martabaks. I love martabaks, and I love the local. It's the local. What do you call it? The coffee with milk, iced coffee with milk.
Okay. Your local mean you're Indonesian, right?
Yes.
Which is totally different from Malaysian, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, since we talk about the Holocaust and all, your favorite book? I kind of know what it is. Is it the same one? Is the one you mentioned?
No, but it is related to that one because the Diary of Anne Frank is basically a diary of her when she went into hiding for 2 years, and then she got caught. So my favorite book is called The Last 7 Months of Anne Frank.
Oh, wow. So that sounds pretty dark.
I know. I read it in junior high. So basically, it's I think it's a survival. It's a compilation of survival stories of I think 3 or 5 other people who went into concentration camps with Anne Frank. So they tell their own stories and they tell what Anne did in the camp and what eventually happened to her. Yes.
Wow. I thought I kind of guessed that your favorite book was not. That was even better. That's a sequel to the book.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite movie.
Favorite movie is easy. It's The Sound of Music. Actually, there is not some Nazi parts in there. But I used to love watching The Sound of Music for the songs, and I used to dance with my sisters while watching the movie. So we watch it like maybe hundreds of times, probably. I can replay it in my head.
Okay. Does that mean that your favorite song comes from there too?
No.
Okay.
My favorite song, sadly, nowadays is 5 Little Monkeys. Because my youngest daughter keeps on singing that over and over again. And she pretends that she's the monkey, and she falls down the bed, and I would have to sing, and I would have to become the doctor that says, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed."
Your favorite local restaurant?
Oh, actually, I even love ordering food or drinks from home-based food producers or drink makers. I just love ordering from them. I know that my order means a lot to them, so I usually try to order from local coffee shops or small restaurants, or what my friends and family make or sell. They're all my
supporting local businesses.
Yes, at the moment I have subscribed to this almond milk. It's called Hail Juicery. So my dear friend created this almond milk with her husband. But the funniest thing is that my second daughter is allergic to dairy. So we stopped her dairy intake in January, and we started looking for the substitute for that. We tried soy milk, which she apparently is also allergic to soy milk. And then a lot of people recommended almond milk, but we gave her a lot of brands, almond milk brands, but she didn't like any of it because sometimes it gets bitter or it doesn't taste quite as good as dairy. So when my friend sold this almond milk, my daughter loved it, and I just immediately subscribed. And what I love about this is that it comes in a large glass bottle. So it's like a milk subscription in the olden days.
I see.
So we finish one bottle, and the next week they will pick up that empty bottle and they will send us a new bottle of almond milk. So no waste. I don't like having to, throw away a lot of plastic bottles. So I think it's a great idea that they started using large glass bottles.
Wow. A lot of things went back to the olden days, a lot more eco-friendly.
Yes. before the invention of plastic, probably.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
your favorite compliment?
Is it when somebody compliments me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think what gets me happy is if somebody tells me how Babylonia has brought impact to their lives. For example, receiving these stories from these health workers that we help. They post their kid playing with our toys, saying that, thank you, Babylonia. I haven't seen my kid in 6 days because I'm afraid that I would, bring virus to her. So I stay at a hotel, but I know that she's happy now playing with your toy. All those kind of compliments, saying that we have put a dent into their life in a good way. That makes me happy.
Okay, and we have come to the end of our podcast.
No.
So what's that one key takeaway that you want our listeners to remember as a result of listening to our interview today?
The key takeaway, I think, is there are a lot of limitations that we have or we are going to face in our lives. And I think we just have to keep on going, try to find a creative solution. And for other people who probably wants to establish a rental business, what I would advise is that first we have to start small, start with what we have. Or if we want to create other businesses, we can try to find an everyday problem and create a solution with your business, and then start right now. There's no right time to launch a business, because I think what you need to do is to just start and see what your customer thinks of your business, and then adapt and evolve and listen to your customers and try to be relatable and give service that people actually need.
Okay. Great advice. And of course, excuse me, where can people find you online? Tell us where to find you.
So our website is babyloania.com. It's BABYLOANIA. So we put an A in the middle. So it's loan. It's Babylon, but it's loan. Babylonia.com is our website. And you can find us on Instagram at Babylonia. That's it.
Okay. So thank you so much, Zhafira. I had such a good time talking to you. And that we have passed our 1 hour mark.
Oh my God, it's 1 hour, 20 minutes. Can't believe that.
I know. So thank you so much for being such a good guest, because I think a lot of times we want to see good insights, good learnings from other people. And I think that today you've shared so many interesting things with us. And I hope that our listeners would really be inspired by your story and go ahead, contact you, right? DM you and...
Sure. Yeah, you can DM me at Zhafira Loebis. It's Zhafira Loebis. Be happy to answer any questions. Anything you want to ask, I will answer them as best as I could.
Okay. So thank you so much, Zhafira. Hope to see you again. Thank you.
Hope to see you. Stay healthy. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
I hope you've enjoyed episode 5 with Zhafira Loebis of Babylonia. If you have enjoyed this episode, please remember to subscribe and share this episode with your friends. Also, it would mean a lot to me if you could rate and review our show too. If you want to find out more or email me, please visit womenpreneurasia.com. In the next episode, episode 6, I will be speaking with Nina Othman of Grow the Goose, a Malaysian social enterprise that is helping kids learn about the importance of taking care of money while aiming for their dreams. She didn't start out as a social enterprise though, and this is what makes her story all the more interesting. Remember to check out our next episode. I'll see you in episode 6.